Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa, and today I am doing a cryptid book recommendation video for the second row of the bingo board in the Cryptid Creatures Readathon. Let's go. Y'all, that was a mouthful, and I had to do that in a few takes because holy moly. Yeah, if you guys have not yet seen my previous recommendation videos, there'll be a playlist linked above and below. All of the things, you know what to do. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about recommendations for the second row. If you haven't seen it yet, I have done the first row already. You can go check that out. But this is for the second row. So we have Kraken, Mothman, Chupacabra, and Mokele Mbembe. I know I probably say that wrong every single time. But today's video, we will be talking about recommendations that'll fit for the cryptid side of things. If you guys are looking for recommendations that will fit for the prompts, come back tomorrow because that video will be posted then. But today, like I said, we are talking cryptid books. So the first one on the list today is the Kraken. We're going to go ahead and go through some non-fiction books first, and then we will head into some fiction books regarding said Kraken. First off, we have a book literally called Kraken. This is The Curious, Exciting, and Slightly Disturbing Science of Squid by Wendy Williams. So the general consensus in the scientific world, I believe in the cryptid side of the science world too, is that the Kraken is a giant squid. These are real things that exist. They are terrifying. Squids freak me out. Yes, giant squids are basically what most people nowadays will say that's what the Kraken is. Giant octopus, people will say that as well. As the title says, this is just a nonfiction book about squid. So if you are more interested in the nonfiction side of things and want to learn more about ocean creatures, this book will work. You can also read The Soul of an Octopus, a surprising exploration into the wonder of consciousness by Cy Montgomery. Both of these are dealing with the same type of creature. I cannot remember off the top of my head what they're called, but they're in like the squid and the octopus are in the same family, scientific family. So I will accept anything regarding squid, octopus, octopi, whatever you want to say. Both these books will count if you do want to read nonfiction and go more towards like actual realistic nonfiction versus like nonfiction about the made-up Kraken. What I mean by that is we have this book here, which is The Secret Life of the Kraken by Benjamin Harper. If you watch my previous videos, you may have seen a few of these pop up already. There are a few books in this little series that are all about cryptids, and they're freaking adorable. These are children's picture books, or this is a children's picture book that talks about the Kraken. It discusses, you know, what people may have believed, like in the past, what people believe the Kraken was. It talks about the fact that, you know, maybe the Kraken is just a giant squid or a giant octopus that was misidentified. Obviously, I mean, at least to my knowledge, they don't get that big, but who knows? So if you're wanting to have just a fun little picture book, it's like 30 some pages, super short. Maybe you have kids in your life and you want to include them in on this readathon. This would be a fun one for you to read. Those are my non-fiction recommendations for the Kraken. Now on to fiction recommendations. We have the book Tentacles, which is by Roland Smith. This is actually the second book in a series. We will be getting to the first book in a little bit, but this one is about the Kraken. As far as I know, because I haven't read the first book yet, this follows two like 13-year-old twins. At least the first book, they're 13-year-old twins whose parents have, I believe, passed away, and they go to live with their Uncle Wolf, who is a veterinarian and also a cryptid enthusiast. And this one's all about, you know, the Kraken. So if you want to read like a middle grade fun time nonfiction, this will count for that. Did I say nonfiction? I meant fiction. Fiction, this will count for that. Another book that has a Kraken in it is not about the Kraken, but it has a Kraken in it, and I will count that. It doesn't have to be about the cryptid. As long as a cryptid is in the book in some way, it will count. and that is 10,000 Leagues, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I can never quite remember the exact, I think it's 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. Pretty sure it's Jules Verne. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is a classic. This is definitely a classic. It's one I actually really enjoy. And this is, we're following Captain Nemo. And he basically made a submarine before like anyone even knew what the heck that was. So he's like way advanced for his time. And him and his crew just travel the world underwater, and they do encounter a kraken in this story. So you can count this one if you want to read a good fun classic for your kraken prompt. Next up we have Mothman, and since I started with nonfiction last time, let's go ahead and dive into the fiction side of Mothman really quickly. This book, it's a middle grade book. This is on my TBR, so if you want to know more about it, you can check out my TBR video, which will be listed, linked, all of the things. This is Mothman's Curse by Christine Hayes. And this is just about a young girl who lives in supposedly the most haunted town in America. She never really sees anything until she finds a Polaroid that prints out pictures of a local ghost. And then the specter of the Mothman happens to appear, which, if you know anything about Mothman, means that there's going to be a major disaster. So we definitely, they're trying to prevent it, I guess, in here. Again, I go a little bit more in depth in my TBR video, so check that out. But this could be an option for you. And to be honest, I couldn't really find any other like fiction Mothman books that weren't erotica. So there's definitely an interesting, if you're into that, there you go. You can read one of those. I am not, I'm sure you could probably tell, but yeah, that's like all I could find. So as far as fiction goes, we're just gonna say that one book. But in nonfiction, we have The Mothman Prophecies, and this is by John A. Keel. This is a true story. It says so right on the book. This is basically the account of what happened, and if you don't know anything about the Mothman, basically he first appeared in West Virginia in 1966. It says for 13 months, the town of Point Pleasant is gripped by a real-life nightmare, culminating in a tragedy that makes headlines around the world. Strange occurrences and sightings, including a bizarre winged apparition, become known as the Mothman, trouble this ordinary American community. He is sometimes contributed with like aliens and stuff because people are like, oh, they see UFOs when they see him too. But he basically appears before a huge disaster. There was a catastrophic bridge collapse in 1966, I think, or 1967, around the late 60s, in this little town of Point Pleasant. And people claim to have seen him on the bridge, before the bridge. People think two things: either he caused the accident, or he is a warning, like, hey, something really bad is going to happen. So our author is a journalist who basically went to this town to figure out, hey, what's going on here? And apparently it was turned into a film in 2002. So if you're doing Herkied, this could work for adaptation. So yeah, this is, like I said, just a nonfiction journalistic account of the Mothman. And the last Mothman book I have to show you is, of course, The Secret of the Mothman. You guys, these books are freaking adorable. I highly recommend them. They're just the cutest things ever. This one is by Megan Cooley Peterson. And once again, I don't have to explain much to you. It is a nonfiction children's picture book all about Mothman. So those are the Mothman recommendations. Next up is the Chupacabra. Now, the Chupacabra, I do have a few more fiction recommendations than the Mothman. So first up, we have book 3 in the Cryptid Creatures Club, which is the Chupacabra. Oh my word, Chupacabra Hoopla. This is a little children's graphic novel series. I already talked about book 1, 2, and 4 in the first recommendation video. So if you guys want to check that out, make sure you do. And here's kind of a little bit of the artwork. Again, I don't know if there are like the actual cryptid is in here, or if they just think it's the cryptid. Doesn't matter though, I will count it. So if you want to read this entire series, you'll get 4 separate cryptid books, like 4 separate cryptid prompts. checked off right away. It looks really cute. And then we have also book 3 in the same series that Tentacles is in, and it's just called Chupacabra. So like, obviously it'll count. Again, we are following our main characters, these twins and their uncle. Apparently this one, a Chupacabra, is held captive, and I think they have to probably go rescue it. Oh, apparently one of the main characters, Grace, gets captured. So they're going to look for her, and apparently a Chupacabra shows up somewhere along the lines. So this is a middle grade book. I don't know if I mentioned it yet in this video, but if you guys want more recommendations that are specifically cryptid related, because I'm not able to tell you all of them for sure, go ahead and look at my Goodreads. I'll link it down below. It's also in the Discord. I do have an actual tag that is cryptid, basically all the cryptid books I could find. I just tagged them. And so if you want to get some more recommendations for any of the cryptids on this board, you can go there and find more information and more cryptid books. The nonfiction Chupacabra book I'm going to tell you about is The Secrets of the Chupacabra. I mean, what else were you expecting? This, once more, children's fiction book about the Chupacabra. This one is also by Megan Coley Peterson. Adorable. These, like, I was seriously laughing out loud with these stories. Some of the stuff, like the pictures, or you're like, oh, it's a little creepy, but I mean, it's a cryptid, so it's gonna be creepy. So those are my Chupacabra recommendations. Sorry about the lighting too, guys. I'm getting the sun is setting, so I'm getting the shades on me. So our final cryptid of the day, the final cryptid of this row, is the Mekele Makembe. How do we even pronounce this? Mekele Mabembe? Maybe? I don't know. I need to figure out how to pronounce that correctly. But I have 2 books to share with you all regarding this cryptid. The first one I have is a nonfiction called Drums Along the Congo, On the Trail of Mekele Mabembe, The Last Living Dinosaur by Roy Nugent. This is exactly what it says. This is basically the author's experience of going to the Congo and trying to find this creature and prove that it is really exists. If you don't know anything about this creature, people basically believe, or cryptid enthusiasts, whatever, believe that this is a dinosaur that just never died out and never went extinct with the dinosaur extinction thingy. So, oh my gosh. So yeah, people think it's a dinosaur, which explains the prompt, dinosaur or dragons. But this one, he's going to the Congo. He's experiencing some really crazy stuff. I don't know what year he goes. Let me see when this book was written. It was written in 1993, so he definitely went, you know, before that. I'm sorry, this lighting. Let me see if I can change my camera position here. I don't know if that helped much with the lighting. I'm definitely gonna fix that. I'm sorry guys about that, but we're almost done. So yeah, it's basically his journey. We do actually have photographs in here as well from his time in Africa, in the Congo. So it kind of shows a little bit about his experience. It's nonfiction, like I said. I don't think it's journal entries. I think it's just this guy recounting his story. And the fiction book that's talking about this cryptid is book 1 in the series with Tentacles and Chupacabra, and that is Cryptid Hunters, again by Roland Smith. The name of the series is Cryptid Hunters. So this is book 1, Tentacles is book 2, Chupacabra is book 3. I do believe there are more in the series, but they don't cover any of the cryptids that are on the board. So this one specifically is covering the Mekele Makembe, and we're following Grace and Marty, whose parents have, it just says they're lost in an accident, so I'm just assuming that they passed. They have to go live with their Uncle Wolf, who they really don't know anything about, and they find out, you know, he's a vet, but he's also a cryptid enthusiast, and his arch nemesis, Dr. Blackwood, he finds out that they're heading to the Congo to poach a dinosaur and her eggs, which, of course, a dinosaur in the Congo could only be Mekele Makembe. So that's why I'm recommending this. This one is also on my TBR. If you want to know a little bit more or see that, again, check out my TBR video. I do have more books that cover multiple different cryptids. If you are interested in reading those, you can check out the video listed here. It's basically my first recommendation video. It'll also be down below. It covers a few books that have like multiple cryptids within them. So if you're wanting to, like, you know, read a book that will fit multiple things, you can check out those. I think that we have everything in this row represented in at least one of those books from that video. So make sure to check that one out as well. And stay tuned because tomorrow, you guys, I'm going to be posting all about our prompts here. So we have read a book with pirates, read a dystopian book, read a multi-POV, and read a book with dinosaurs or dragons. If you want recommendations for any of those prompts that I just listed off, make sure you check out tomorrow's video. The rest of the prompts will be coming soon. I'm posting the video every single day until I have gone through the entire board to give you guys ideas of books to read for the Readathon. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and leave a dinosaur emoji in the comments if you just want to let me know you were here. I really hope you join us. Again, all the information is down below. Sign up form, everything is listed in the description. Let me know if you're going to be joining in. I'm so excited for this, you guys. And yeah, y'all, happy cryptid hunting, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!